ceremonies where we play for the whole night, from 6 to 6 the next morning. You see, I told you that we use nails. We play for the whole night, the nail goes away, the blister comes out, it becomes a blood blister, and sometimes it pops. But when the music is nice and the people are participating, we call the spirits of the ancestors. And when everything is together, you don't feel the pain. Some people sing, some people dance, and some people get possessed with the spirits of the ancestors. Now, you might think, it's not Dracula. Now, I just talked about the ancestors. We all know what the ancestors are. You don't seem to. You know the ancestors? No? Can somebody explain to me what you understand by the ancestors? Yes?
Aren't ancestors people who lived before you? Your relatives?
Yeah? Spot on. What are you going to say?
I think it's some of your family that you don't know about, like you can be here but you don't know them, so you call them.
Oh, you haven't seen them?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're talking grandparents,
Yeah.
ancestors, right? What were you going to
It's
say?
like your parents' parents and your parents' parents' parents and your parents' 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 parents'
You're right. So right. Okay. So we understand who the ancestors are. So in Shona culture and in many cultures, we believe that there is God, right?
Yeah.
You believe that? To connect with God, you go through the ancestors. To connect with the ancestors, you have to play the music for the whole night. You know the way we sing. Imagine we can sing for the whole hour the same song. Someone goes out, he comes back. When they come back, we are still singing the same song. But the atmosphere in this room has changed. People go into trance. And the spirits of the ancestors come and possess on people. And they give daily guidance. So, what do you understand by the word possessed? Yes?
Like, it takes over you?
Takes over. I like that. Yes, what were you going to say?
It's when someone takes, or something takes control of your soul, mind, and body.
I
And
like
it makes
that.
you do things.
I like that. Soul, mind, and body. What were you going to say?
Like your great grandmother or whatever, they used to clean very well, and then your mom cleaned well, and then you clean well because they did. And so it's kind of like they have that part of them.
I like that. Yes.
It's like some like thing that God does in your body, like takes you over by force, and like you can't really control your body at that time, and like it controls you.
You mean force as in power?
Yeah.
Is that good then?
No.
Why? Well, let's have a nice and favorable debate here. Why is it not good for the spirit of your ancestor to take over? Yes.
Well, I mean, it's like if you don't have a choice in the matter, if it just comes and takes over and you have no say in what they will do and stuff, I mean, you wouldn't really be happy about that.
Well,
But they're just there and they just kind of like sit there and they just partake, they give you knowledge and stuff.
Yeah.
That is good. But
Yeah.
if they like make you do stuff, that's not good.
Well, do you think some of the ancestors might not be good?
Yeah.
What makes your ancestor not good? What makes your ancestor not good? Yes?
Something bad might have happened to them, like they tried to do something bad to other people.
Yeah, you mean like they killed somebody? Yeah? If your ancestor killed somebody, you think they are bad? But, okay? If they killed somebody, they are bad. So, does that mean they are not your ancestor? They're still your ancestor. That's why we have ceremonies. Because then we deal with this ancestor who killed somebody. What about if your ancestor was killed by somebody? Sorry? It's not bad?
No.
Okay, let's have an interactive debate here. You said your ancestor, if they killed somebody, they are bad. What about if they were killed by somebody? Yes? They are going to revenge. So is that good? So they were killed, so the spirit is going to have a revenge. That's good?
No, that's not.
They killed somebody, and you think their spirit is not good. You see the two sides of things? And in Shona culture, that is why we have a ritual ceremony, so that we get in touch with these ancestors and cleanse their being, their spirit. Does that make sense to you? So I might be possessed by the spirit of my great-grandmother that I never saw. And this voice you are hearing changes, and I talk like my great-grandmother that I never saw. And the people will say, talk to that spirit and say, who are you? What happened to you? And maybe my great-grandmother died somewhere and we never had a chance to bury her. And that spirit will tell us where exactly she died. And we go there. And we do ritual ceremonies. You see me with all these beads around me and all these colors? Did you think it was African bling bling? Did you? Now let me tell you, okay. It might be bling bling, but it's not the bling bling you know. Because different colors of the beads represent my ancestors. For an example, the white bead represents the ancestors on my mother's side, and the black beads, the ancestors on my grandfather's side, and the red beads, all different ancestors. So you know, I came here, I live in England, and I come from Zimbabwe. Before I came here, I had to tell my ancestors that I am going to go to Winthrop and work with you guys. Take care of me. Loosen up my fingers so that I can play the mbira for the people. So my ancestors travels around with me. Sometimes people have dreams. Sometimes my ancestors come in a dream. Imagine last night, if I was asleep, the ancestors could come into my dream and I see all you guys. I just look at your faces and I feel comfortable. I think, yeah, I saw those guys in my dream. By the time you walk in, I'm comfortable with you. The ancestors can do that. So, do you have things at home, that belongs to the ancestor. Okay. Let's have a sharing about this. What do you have that belongs to the ancestor? And if you can tell me what that is. Yes?
Jewelry from my great-grandmother.
From your great-grandmother. Does it belong to you? Do you put it on?
Yeah.
How come you don't have it?
I didn't want to wear it today.
See, if it was me, I would be like that. And you'll be thinking it's bling bling, but it's from your grandmother. So the spirit of your grandmother will be around with you. What do you have?
There's this table in the hallway at my house. They belong to my granddad. They still have in the drawer the spare Christmas lights they used.
All right, spirit of Christmas, yeah. That's nice, I like that. Yes?
I have my great-grandpa's fishing rod.
What is that?
My great-grandfather's fishing rod.
Oh, do you fish then? I would fish. I would go fishing. Because that spirit of your grandmother, your father, is a fisherman. So you don't just hang it. Imagine, the Biras for me is a sacred instrument that connects me with my ancestor. Imagine if I had it in my house and it's hanging on the wall. That's not good, is it?
No, sir.
Go fishing with that rod. Yes?
I live in my great-grandmother's house.
You live in your great-grandmother's house. What an amazing thing to have. So she's there in this house. Yeah? She's there. Oh, she is there. Yes? Shh. Let's listen to this.
He left us a nice boat.
A what? A boat. Do you ride in it?
Every weekend.
Yes?
We still have my grand's Corvette, and we also still have my grandfather's 44 Magnum.
Right. What do you do with it?
We don't use it. We don't use either.
Well, you see, I would use that.
What would I use this 44 Magnum?
Wow.
It's a gun, Chartwell.
Yeah, well, you can go hunting for the deer. And have meat. Meat, right? That is the spirit of a hunter. Not people. Yeah. People have different things. One man's meat is one man's poison. You eat that animal, and if you don't eat it, the lion is going to eat you.
I never heard that name.
Okay. What do you have at home? You got the medal. You sometimes feel like, okay, my grandpa, and I'm going to put it on. It's just a round thing. Yes.
I have my great grandma's quilt on my bed.
Oh, you put it on your bed?
I keep it on my bed.
Yeah, that's good. She's there with you in that sleeping mode. Yes.
We have my great-great-grandmother's jewelry, and some of it's kind of like real gold. No?
Oh, gold. Can you give that to me? That's the good one.
And we don't really wear it because it's just like really valuable, so we just like keep it in the winners and box.
But you see, that's good bling, isn't it? Put on that bling. Because the grandmother will be around. Yes. So, okay, you see, we could write essays about this, couldn't we? So, do I feel understood about what I'm talking about when I say connect with the ancestors?
Yes, sir.
That makes me feel good because the feeling of being understood is very good. Now, here's a question for you. Imagine my grandmother, she's very, very old. And nobody in the family is interested in taking care of her. Follow this up? Because that happens. And we just think, oh, my grandmother, she's so annoying. Let's put her in old people's homes. That happens, okay? And nobody goes to see her until she dies. What do you think that spirit will do when it comes back? Well, talk to the person next to you for a bit. Yeah? When we come back to that. So, I'm not going to ask you what you've talked about there, but I'm sure you've talked about something. Now, do you see the reason why we have ritual ceremonies where we play music for the whole night to connect with the spirits of the ancestors?
Yes, sir.
Because we talked about, what about if the ancestor killed somebody? What about if the ancestor was killed? What about we didn't treat the ancestor very well? You can just see why the ritual ceremony called Biras happened in Shona culture. Now, I've got a song. Can everybody see that?
Yes, sir.
This is the song of my ancestor. So, in the lyrics of the song, my ancestor is called Chaminuka. Can we say Chaminuka? Chaminuka. That's the name of my ancestor. And in the lyrics we are saying, Chaminuka is a king. Oh yes, oh yes. Chaminuka is a king. He is like a lion that lives alone in the jungle. So I want you to feel that spirit of people singing together and calling the spirit of the ancestors. So